No, she can't hear anybody else. What? You're in my... hang on.
And we're live on my channel.
You did.
Yeah.
Julie has to share her stereo mix because we're all incoming.
Oh, okay. Hang on then. If I turn this up.
Sue. How are you?
Does that help?
For a minute.
Can you hear everybody else now? I've changed my settings. Does it do it?
Hi, Matt and Jenny. Hi, Deborah. Can you guys hear me and everybody?
Can't hear anybody else except me. Oh, crap, what have I done wrong?
Look back on this catastrophe I just heard. I don't know what it was, but it involved at least 2 cats, and it was very loud.
All right, go do that. Hi, Scratch. I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been hiding?
No way!
Okay, they're saying they can hear you, but that you're quieter. Kelly, are you on my channel? You can hear me, but you can't hear anybody else. I'm streaming from my OBS, and they're all on my OBS, so you should be able to hear everybody okay.
Hi, Joe and Jordan. Happy Saturday. Good morning, or good evening. Like Julie, it's a good evening over there, right?
It is.
It is, yeah. It's dark here. It is 6:10, and I'm really sorry we're late. It was completely my fault. Everybody else was on time. It was me that messed up. So I thought I was being smart by coming on early, and then I messed it up. So I won't do that.
You're good, Julie. Things in technology, there's always something.
Yeah, and it's when I'm streaming on my own, I know what I'm doing. It's when I go on with you guys. So Kelly, you're on my channel. Can you hear everybody else now? Because they're on my live, so you should be able to hear them.
I think it's brilliant that you figured out how to live stream on your channel as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're all streaming live at the same time to your own channels?
Ransom can't live stream.
No, I got banned. They didn't like me.
Oh, babe, well, I'm recording this, so what I can do is email it to you on a Dropbox, and you can download it and upload it to your channel.
I'm recording it too.
Oh, there you go. Oh. I don't need to then.
Okay.
Hi, Anton. Hi, Seven Serpents. Hi, Bill Sibley. Hi, Sunshine On. Everyone, welcome and good morning.
Hi.
What up? Right. You ready to go then?
So, can everybody hear you from your end, Julie?
Let me know if you can hear everybody, please. The people on my channel, can you let me know if you can hear me quietly? All right, let's turn it up. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can turn it up.
Kitty.
Hi, Pisces. So what happened with the cats?
They broke stuff.
Well, that's not good.
Catastrophe.
Yeah, the young one was chasing the old one, and when I got in there, everybody looked very innocent, and there was no more activity. They all were standing there like nothing.
Okay, Maris is saying they can hear everybody now. So I've turned my settings up, and everybody can hear everybody equally, or are we some louder?
I think we should be good. Joe Harper says, put the cat down, Ransom.
So we're going to be talking about, my volume is on max. Is it better now, Kelly? Can you hear better now?
I puff, puff, pass, exhale.
Okay, all right. So here everybody except Julie are extremely low in volume. All right, that's interesting. Okay, I've turned them up as high as they'll go. So I don't know what else I can do, guys. I don't know.
I haven't been saying nothing. I don't know if my volume's up, I guess. There.
I'm gonna let my dog in because he's scratching the door. I'll be.
These animals today are very frisky, I've noticed. Weather change or what?
Things are a little bit funky today, huh? A little bit wonky. You know, with the live streams and animals.
I know what I could do. I can turn this on.
I can expect visitors in the next couple days. It always goes in waves like that when the animals get all excited and you can feel a lot of high energy in the air. Then a lot of people will show up because they're out and active.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I won't have anybody knock on the door for weeks, and then boom, everybody together. It's like everybody's feeling the buzz.
Yeah, there's still some very strange energy around, isn't there? Big time.
Yes. Yes, there is.
Yes.
This was a very strange shift. I still haven't completely wrapped my head around exactly what's going on. But maybe that's what we can talk about today. You can help us out with that, Julie.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. So Ransom picked the subject. He said, let's talk about this energy that's been going on for the last couple of weeks. And, what we said we're going to talk about is negative energy and how to clear it. And we're going to have a bit of a discussion about it. And then I'll lead a meditation and an actual exercise to clear us and clear our energy. And that includes your home. So I don't know how many of you have seen my little video. And it's only a little short 5-minute one on cleansing yourself and your home. That's the instructions. And I said I would do a live meditation to actually sort of talk you through it. But let's discuss it first. I mean, how have you guys found it? How have you found the energy since the new moon? Like,
It's like everyone else is feeling that. Actually, for me, I sat out all night and watched the whole thing outside. And I felt invigorated and like just brand new afterwards. But I have seen a lot of other people with some bizarre energy since. Well, I got up really early in the morning, and even the regular people that didn't know there was going to be an eclipse, it made me like think of, I knew exactly how people in the old world freaked out because people were out in the morning at the gas station right about 7 o'clock, and you could see this dark red moon above. And I even had a couple of people, telling me, oh, maybe Jesus is coming today, like they were tripping out. I was like, I don't know. I don't know.
What about you, Anna? How have you found it?
Actually, not bad. How do I explain this? I noticed the energy impacted other people a lot. Like, I can speak for my husband. Like that week where the moon hit, like he was completely a mess. And I saw how it affected him. But to me personally, I had a few headaches here and there. Like last week I had a headache really bad, but I don't know, I think it impacted me in a positive way. I've been tapping into new things, I've been having a lot of synchronicities, and I don't know, it's been positive from my end. So
good. What about you, Nizz?
I don't think that this whole experience has been a bad thing. It's been a wonderful thing, but a few days before the supermoon, I was on fire. I felt great. I knew great things were coming, and I felt it. Felt really, really good about it, very connected. And then after the event happened, I just felt like, not terrible or bad, but I closed up, and I just couldn't I felt like I was in some kind of a shock, and I had a hard time speaking about things, getting my train of thought. Like my train of thought kept getting thrown off. I was just all jumbled and just trying to get everything back on balance and figure out what's going on with me. But it's not a bad thing. I don't feel bad about it. It's just different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's been going on.
Yeah.
What about you, Julie?
For me, there's been a lot of conflict, as you guys have known. Not arguing. Nobody's arguing with me, like personally. Nobody's having a go at me personally. But, the problems I had with my YouTube channel, I got reported last Saturday. So somebody on my channel reported me to YouTube, which was joyous. Thanks for that. It might not have been a subscriber. It might have just been somebody watching. I had no idea what I did wrong, but it freaked me out completely when I wasn't allowed to stream. And then the next day I uploaded a video and I had another strike. And then I wasn't allowed to upload either. And you have 3 strikes and your channel is actually taken down. So I was in complete meltdown. And I spent hours and hours reading through policies of community guidelines, and I couldn't find the answers. And I was getting really frustrated because, you know, when we've got a problem, I don't give up. I'll keep going till I find a solution. But usually when I tune in and I say, help me, I find the answer like that. And this time I just didn't. And I literally read a policy, and behind that one was another one, and behind that one was another one. And it was just like a head spin.
Robot there with
and I eventually found a few rules that I had broken that I had been unaware of. So I was able to fix them. And basically, you are not allowed to do any kind of links in a live stream. They mustn't be in the chat. They mustn't be in your descriptions. Your descriptions and your tags have to be absolutely specific to that video. If you tag anything that isn't in there, they say it's spam. And basically, it took me till Wednesday to resolve the issues. And I'd watched hours. I've probably watched 1,000 hours of YouTube on how to do things properly. And that included affiliate links. And I've signed up for affiliate programs, and you're allowed to do this. And then I find one that says you're not allowed to affiliate link when you're live, but you are in your videos. So I corrected all of that, uploaded another one, and got another strike. And I'm like, right, okay, tell me, what am I doing wrong? I've never had this kind of just constant poke, you're not getting it right. And that was triggering stuff in me of wanting to do things properly. It was triggering the perfectionist in me. And also it was jeopardizing my channel of the work that I've put in. So it was quite serious, you know. But eventually what I found was, and this wasn't in any video I've watched about affiliate links, that in your settings, when you upload a video, there's an advanced tab. I've never even clicked on the advanced tab. And in the advanced tab, there is a little button, and you have to scroll down to find it, that you click to say, this video contains promotional links, paid links. And if you haven't clicked that, then you are breaking the law. Now, the videos that I watch by the so-called YouTube experts about affiliate links, they tell you what to do, and they say you have to write in the description this piece of legal jargon, which says this video contains affiliate links, and I will get a small commission if you click on them, which helps support this channel. That is in there, but apparently that's not enough. You've also got to click this button. So who knew? But it took me until Wednesday, from Sunday morning to Wednesday, of constant conflict. And I'm like, okay, I'm not a person that does drama and ups and downs. I don't get stressed when things go wrong. But by Wednesday, I was like, what's going on? I was like that Sunday, and then I meditated, cleansed my energy, picked myself back up, and then I was strike again, and I went back down, and I was aware that I was allowing this to affect me. And that's what it's about. Are we allowing? And that was what the lesson was for me, that, you know, when there's our own stuff going on within, that is for us to deal with. But when stuff is coming towards us from others, how much is it going to trigger within us to get stressed and to get negative? And there was a point on Sunday afternoon where Ransom and Davey, Expansion the Process, invited me on their channel because I couldn't stream live, and to support me. And it was really kind. And initially I said yes, but I was going down like that. And by the hour, I was like, I'm not fit for human consumption. I'm not going on live. I'm in a right bad mood and feeling very sorry for myself. And I need to sit with it and deal with it. And this is what these energies are about. And I dealt with it, came back the next day, fine. And then when it happened again, I'm like, no, I'm not going to let it get to me. But I had to go through these exercises that I'm going to do in the meditation to actually clear it. And it worked. So it's been a tough 2 weeks, you know, but I do feel, and in my weekly messages, I said by the end of this week, that energy is shifting away. By the weekend, I feel it's done. And we're in Saturday. and I feel it's done. But saying that, it took me today from 9 o'clock this morning until 4:30 to do a 10-minute task because it just kept going wrong and I couldn't figure it out. So for me, these blocks are still there and I need to clear them. And that task was about the competition I've run. I wanted to do it transparently to be able to pick a random winner. And I spent 2 hours trying to find an app to download that would pick a winner for me without, no, couldn't do that. And it's just that sort of, when it's just not coming together and it feels like you're putting something together and then just at the last minute, it's like oil in your fingers and it falls away. Are other people finding that?
Absolutely. I am. And I even tried to go on to figure out OBS because I wanted to figure out, I don't even know how you figured it out. It's a headache. And
I watched hours and hours of YouTube videos on how to use OBS and I made notes and I got there in the end.
I never read instructions ever.
I'm better with visual. I'm better with being told than to read. So it's no good giving me instructions to read. If you show me on a video, click this and click that. Yeah. And I tend to have my OBS open while I watch the video and it's going and go to settings and I go pause and I go to settings and I've opened settings and then I go back. Yeah, next.
Yeah.
Go on step by step.
I always fumble into how to use things.
Yeah. Today was my nightmare with Excel. I got there in the end. But
you did it.
I did it. I couldn't believe that it took me all of that time to figure it out. It was just, but there we go. It is done. So what other challenges have other people have? I'm looking at my chat. So Transmissions Forever is saying that YouTube have got their own little challenge there. I agree. Judah's saying that they're happy that I'm back and they were stressed for me. Thank you. There was so much support and I just want to say thank you for all that support. It was lovely. So what about your chat people? What are they saying about their stresses? What's going on for our community here?
I'm trying to scroll back to see.
I tried to just ignore it. They took my live stream away and I went and looked and I went to the little part where you look at your channel and I realized that a copyright strike I did have was resolved and gone. So I took that as a win-win. I mean, okay, I'll just take a break from live streaming. I'll concentrate on something else. And then, I'll come back and it'll be fine.
Well, I had 3 videos that were all striked and, not the same time, one on Saturday and then 2 on Monday or Sunday, wherever it was. But I appealed each one and overnight they were back uploaded and my strikes were removed. So it's worth doing the appeal. And I mean, I was wrong. I had breached these rules that nobody knows about. One of them is about swearing when you're on live. So we mustn't swear,
really?
which I'm not a, foul language, but occasionally I'll say a swear word, but that's not allowed either.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So let's not swear, people. Let's keep it clean.
So no swearing on live ones? Is that
mild, but basically there's kind of, if you look at the rules on live streaming, when you eventually get through a million different policies and find it, they are, would it cause offense? And it's, I think it depends how bad the language is.
I marked my channel for adult content, so I don't think they care what I say.
Oh, you're okay. I haven't, see, because a lot of people that watch me are under 18 and a lot of people who do readings will say over 18s only. I don't. I've got a license to work with children and vulnerable people. So I just think I don't see why I should disclaim it. If somebody wants a reading and they're 16 or 17, I'm going to give it to them. And, you've got to be 13 to have a YouTube channel. And I think if you want to watch spiritual discussions at 13, you should be allowed to. But at the same time, it does limit what we say because there are under 18s on. And I just thought that's okay. But
has anyone else noticed that close relationships that they've had have been shaken up too during this process?
I haven't, but I've only got a few close relationships, and I'm single. I live on my own, so I've got nobody to fight with. So I'm
Oh, okay.
all right.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I really don't have like a bunch of things to have problems, so I guess I'm good.
And with me,
Okay,
yeah, but it's not necessary. I mean, maybe it could be the build up to the eclipse.
But I have been watching other people's moods go completely fucking bomb. Oops, see, I did it. Completely. I even had that on my mind. But anyway, so I've tried to not do that again.
Yeah, I felt like I was a little blindsided by it. Just really, a lot of this stuff kind of came out of the blue, and it's like, wow, how do I deal with this? Because I wasn't even prepared.
Man,
Yeah.
It's been interesting. Everybody's dealing with some stuff.
Well, I guess like if it's other people's drama, is it my drama? See, there's a fine line there.
Yeah.
If you take the time to listen to it and let them vent to you, it becomes your drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know.
yeah.
But then,
I guess
where
it
do
does
we
involve
put
me
up
more
that-
than I let on, but it's not really like originating from, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But other
So
people
let's talk about these relationships then that around us when they're triggering us. I mean, I've got 3 kids, they all live elsewhere, but we fall out now and again via text or messenger. I haven't had any of that, so I'm blessed. But when people are starting to have a go or attack us, it's really always a gift, because it is showing us excuse me, some reflection of something in us. All right. So sometimes that can be, I don't have to turn that off. I'm leaving things alone. Sometimes it can be that there's a part of us that feels disempowered. There's a part of us that feels a victim. And this could be from way back, but we haven't moved through it and transmuted it. And so what the full moon, let's just go back 3 spaces. Let's go back to the basics for anybody watching who doesn't really understand what is a full moon about. And then what is an eclipse about? And what's the difference with a supermoon? Yeah, should we just start there? Yeah. So
Yes.
the full moon has been known across the mental health professions for about 200 years that when the moon is full, the mad people get madder. Right. And that's the way they would define it 200 years ago. They weren't very PC, bless them. But it's basically what we've discerned now is that definitely moods are exaggerated during a full moon, whether it's a good mood or a bad mood. Your emotional state is exaggerated. So within the spiritual community, the new age community, which I hate calling it that, but enlightened people, whatever terminology you want to use, it is the understanding has always been, since I've been around this about 40 years, that the moon is representative of our emotions. And when the moon is full, our emotions are full. They come up to this. They're not expanding. They're not growing. We're not suddenly becoming more sensitive. What it is that sensitivity within us that is normally masked under the surface while we're getting on with life and work and jobs and kids, during the period of the full moon, all of the emotions that we're holding underneath come up to the surface in order for them to be transmuted, released, understood, worked on, dealt with. Okay. So it's basically bringing out of the shadow into the light our emotions that are in the way. Okay. That's what the full moon is about. And just to kind of put a bit of science on that, the full moon controls the oceans, the tides on our planet. So when it's full, the tides are higher and the oceans are coming up and then they go down. There's the ebb and flow. Now, the oceans are 71% of this planet. Now, if the moon can control 71% of the water on this planet, we need to not underestimate the power of this thing. Now, as human beings, we are also 71% water. All right. And our emotions are carried. It's interesting the way it's 71.1% actually. And the earth and the human being are 71.1% water. Yeah. And we control our emotions are moving around in our water. So just like the tides come up to the flow, our emotions come up to the flow and then they wane. They go back down again. So the full moon is for one day or night. but the energy of it is building to a peak. Okay. And the peak is the day of the full moon, and then it starts coming down the other side. So what we find is for 3 to 5 days, and some people feel it more than others, we will start to feel, say, 2 days before the full moon, us getting more sensitive, more emotional. It peaks on the full moon and then it comes back down. And we'll also find that women's cycles, their period cycles, start to come into alignment with the moon as well when they are aligned within themselves. So all of that is what's happening on a normal full moon. So a super moon is basically times 10. So take that emotional coming up to the surface and times it by 10 and go, okay, well, then that's actually, don't be scared by the power of that. It's bringing up all that stuff within us that needs to be transmuted. Okay. Now, what is the eclipse about? The eclipse eclipses out permanently, something that we don't want. So the supermoon was massive because it brought up a huge amount of very deep down, lockdown stuff coming up to the surface for us to deal with. Then the eclipse comes along, sweeps it away once and for all, done, leaving a little bit of a tsunami in its wake while we're all going, okay, what was that?
Yeah.
You know, and so that's basically what it's about. Now, with conflict, we can say, well, how much is it triggering you? Negative energy, negativity around you, people being difficult and challenging. Is it triggering in you, or are you completely detached, looking at somebody, having a rant and going, I'm really sorry you're upset. What can I do to help? Right? That's one option, which means I'm not triggered at all. Okay. I'm just observing this in a very detached way, and I'm coming at it with compassion and love. Mm-hmm. But if there's stuff within me that is unhealed, that says I'm not worthy, I'm a victim, everybody picks on me, life is bleep, okay, then we're going to react. So this person, let's take the same situation. Somebody's having a go, they're having an event, and I go, what are you talking to me like that for? Who do you think you are? Okay, now I am really reacting back. Now what that is showing me, my reaction, or I burst into tears and run away. Okay, that's avoidance technique. I mean, as a therapist, there are various defense mechanisms, and avoidance is a recognized defense mechanism. It's my preferred defense mechanism. I don't like anything nasty. I'll run away. Okay, I hate confrontation, but I will if I have to. We have a choice, you know. So avoidance, that's what you were doing, Nizz. You went within and went, leave me alone. I don't want to see anybody. I'm going to avoid all of this because it's too painful. Okay. So this is where we're seeing the difference. So what we want to do is look at the last 2 weeks and say, when have I been able to see this stuff and go, I'm really sorry that's going on, but it's going to be okay. How can I help? How can I sort it? No reaction, okay, other than compassion. So when we haven't got that, it's triggering. So now let's throw it out there to everybody that's watching and say, tell us about what is triggering in you. And, you know, as much as you feel comfortable to say, and I'll help you unpick it, all right, if you want me to.
Becky Taylor said, all my junk is definitely at the surface, but she didn't say a specific what.
Okay. So what we're looking at is, what was your reaction? All right. Were you upset? Were you angry? Were you disappointed? What triggered it? Was it somebody having a go? Was it somebody letting you down? Because whatever it was, that's the mirror of what it's triggering in you. If I get upset because somebody's let me down, then I may feel betrayed. I may feel I can't trust anybody. You said you would and you haven't, right? This is triggering in me. Somebody's let me down before. So I need to go into myself and say, where is this incident? What, you know, close your eyes and going within and saying, what part of me is this triggering? And then just allow an image to unfold. And you'll probably find that it's a little version of you, what I call mini me. Okay, so it'll be mini me. Maybe she's 8 years old. Daddy said we could go to the park and you never took me to the park. And everyone, I can't trust anybody and you all let me down. Yeah. And it's like, right, what we do then is we comfort that mini me and say, all right, sweetheart, well, I'm not going to let you down. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I promise. We're reassuring that child. That's the child within us. Then the trigger neutralizes. Okay. So it's different things that we want. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. absolute sense.
I feel really guilty because I pictured my kid in this scenario, and I would have just told him, shit happens and you're going to have to get used to it and find the positive thing that's going on right now, and we'll enjoy that.
Okay. Right. The thing is, the way that children perceive things is not the way that adults would perceive things. Yeah. So we need to say, right, how did the 8-year-old feel? Right. And it's no good saying, well, stuff happens, deal with it, because that is just going to cry and he's going to run out of the room and slam the door. That is not going to cut it with an 8-year-old. Yeah. It cut it with an adult. We kind of go, yeah, deal with it, But we're not talking about it's not the adult reacting. It's the 8-year-old reacting, or the 12-year-old reacting, or the 4-year-old reacting. Who's reacting and why? You find it, you heal it, and it neutralizes, and the reactor goes away. And that's what we want. We don't want these reactors. We want a response. What's the difference between a response and a reaction? Okay. Mm-hmm. Anybody know? You'll start for 10. Give me an answer.
Okay, no. Okay, a reaction is when you're reacting based off of a negative emotion or a trigger, but when you're responding is when you're actually objectively taking in the information and in a compassionate way and responding.
Yeah. Perfect. Give that girl a gold star and a Blue Peter badge, and you haven't got Blue Peter. But it's absolutely right what Nizz said. A reaction, you don't choose. It happens. It's immediate. A response, you are choosing. And that is the difference between empower and disempower. That's what we want.
There's a saying that I like, that it's you're responsible for your actions, reactions, and the situations that you place yourself in.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But if you're placed in situations that you're not place yourself in, then that's the problem.
The thing is, the situations that we place ourselves in, we're not necessarily aware why we're there. If we go to a party and a fight kicks off and we get hurt, we would say, well, I didn't choose this. Well, you chose to go to the party. And there is a part of you inside of you that is still resonating with some kind of drama or trauma or violence. And so this is the law of attraction in action. Okay. I really believe in the law of attraction. So if we have violence coming at us out of the blue and we go, well, I didn't ask for that, then you need to look within you and say, what part of me is still resonating on a violence level? And if you have never had violence in this lifetime, and this is a one-off occurrence, right, but if it is repeated, then it's there somewhere, and maybe you've blocked it out, or maybe it's a past life resonance you've brought in with you. But either way, it needs to be cleared. Once we've cleared it and we've changed the vibration, the law of attraction is absolute. It doesn't choose, it doesn't pick and choose, it's absolute. If you are vibrating on a resonance of harmony, you will not be in a situation where there is trouble and fights. I mean, I can walk into a pub or a party and I will sense, I don't like the atmosphere in here. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel nice. I'm off. I'm gone. All right. And I may hear afterwards, it kicked off. I'm like, yeah, I did the right thing going. When I was younger, I didn't listen to that voice. I'd be like, yeah, but I'm looking forward to this and my mates are going to be here. All right. And it's like, right, I listen to the voice. I've learned to listen to my voice and trust it. And then I haven't had any drama for years. So it's, what else are people saying, Anna, in your chat?
I forgot her name, Becky, when she mentioned that things were bubbling up. She said, it's emotional stuff I've been suffering for a while that I knew I'd one day have to deal with.
There you go. So the time is now. This year, 2000. Go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, even when I was young, like when bad things happened, I usually generally understood that I put myself there. I mean, if you didn't go to a party all the time, then you don't come across people that may be agitated or tipsy or whatever. You're just not going to be there. So but in the other thing you were saying, like when you show up at places, sometimes I find that when I show up to places that I'm the last little vibe that balances it out. I mean, it becomes harmonious. It wasn't before I got there, but it seemed to develop that way. Just adding me there. I'm not trying to do anything or anything. Just, you know, it seems to be like you can feel when things are unbalanced when you come up to them. You know, like, well, I don't know what's going on, but obviously something.
Yeah.
You know, like somebody's having problems. You can just feel it in the air. There's always the vibe, tension, or all of that stuff. I wonder if I'm always up at these eclipses and supermoons. Like I mean, just on top of being the moon, but I'm actually out there at every event. So I don't think I get like the weirdness of other people. It's like a celebration to me. So like you were saying, though, it takes care of things. I kind of let my stuff off into the air while I watch it.
It's brilliant. It's absolutely what you can do is extraordinary. And you are a very old soul, a very wise soul, very detached from what's going on. You can see very clearly what's going on and then make choices about what to do with it. The majority of people, though, are not where you are, my love. You are a rare breed. I'd like to have a bit of what you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it now to a certain extent, but it's taken me 30 years to be able to do that. And you got it when you were a kid. You know, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'm just now figuring out and tapping into.
Yeah.
And, you know, I wonder if, because I also, I got up and I didn't watch the entire thing, but I did watch when the lunar eclipse was going on. And I wonder if by doing that and just looking at it and being there, that if I kind of like with Ransom, I didn't get a lot of the negativity stuff. I don't know. I just felt like it's been very positive. And I actually, and this happened just last week, I actually felt like I relieved something that I was holding on to that was not a benefit for me. It was just keeping me down.
Yeah.
So
you've let
sometimes
go a lot.
It shows us how much we've grown as well, you know, and it does. It's their little tests, I think. For me, it was a test because even if I go back 10 years, the constant problems I had with YouTube this week, I would have gone into victim mode very easily. I would have to have fought very hard to not go into victim mode. And I'm an emotional person. And, you know, that's part of why I do what I do, because I have that emotional connection. But it, you know, 15 years ago, I was working on controlling my emotions rather than them controlling me. But yeah, I'd have been crying my eyes out, stomping about the place, having a tantrum, being a huge emotional reaction. And this stuff, I didn't. I got down for about 3 hours, but I didn't cry, I didn't get upset, I didn't get angry. I just felt kind of, what is going on? But the next day I was like, okay, I'll sort this. And I was calm. What it was showing me was that I didn't step out of my power. And before I have. And it showed me that I can deal with all sorts of problems without getting stressed, wound up, angry, upset, you know, throw the cat out the window, you know, just being really calm. I haven't got a cat, by the way. But you know, this sort of stuff can show you how much you've grown as well as bringing stuff up, you know, and I'm really, really happy with my reaction this week to what's been a challenging week. I haven't had headaches. I haven't got upset. I haven't gone and, you know, I like a glass of wine. And when I get really annoyed, that's my preferred go-to drug of choice is, right, where's me wine?
Yeah.
And there was none of that either, you know. So it's like, woohoo, look at me, go me. I'm really happy with my reaction. So hi, Milky Way Weekly. Hi, Julie. Julie's saying, what if you know it's time to face issues, you want to face your issues, but you are still stuck and the subconscious is very resistant? That's a really good question.
That's a really good question. Yeah.
What do you want to say to that, Nizz?
Let's see. This is when we reach out to people and we get in touch with Julie Poole. when I'm at that point where it's so difficult, where I'm like, I can't figure these answers out on my own. I can't do it on my own. That's when I'm like, Julie, please help me. Or I reach out to Anna and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, help me.
Yeah. Very often going to somebody else can really help you. You recognize it's brilliant. First thing you've done is recognize there's stuff there that's trying to come up. The second thing is you recognize there's a block, and then you're looking at the block and you're trying to find it. You recognize it's stuck and you go, okay, help me. Right? That is the most important thing. You're saying to your inner self, help me. Your subconscious will start immediately kicking on board to get the help in. You can ask outside of yourself as well. I do. I ask my angels for help. I ask Source for help, and help me find the answers. Help me find my blocks. And then it may be that actually one of those answers is a friend comes along or a stranger comes along and pokes something or advises something that helps unblock the block. It may be you're led to a book or a website or a video of how to, and you suddenly, how did I end up on this website? What a coincidence, where your inner self is guiding you to those answers. And if that answer is it's guiding you to go see Julie Poole, who's a hypnotherapist and specializes with subconscious blocks, then that's what you do, But it's seeing that your subconscious and your inner self, your inner being, your soul at source energy within you is trying to guide you to the answers to find them. And we also need to understand that things will happen when the time is right. So sometimes we need to go through a gentle process that takes weeks, months, or even years that says, I know something's there, but it's blocked, so I'm clearly not ready to look at it yet. What's the block? There's only one block, and it's fear. Right, that's the block. Okay, it's like a door. All right, all the information is behind the door, and the door is there, and the door's called fear. I'm frightened of what I'm going to find. I'm frightened of how difficult it's going to be to sort it. I'm frightened of it's fear. So what we're doing is we're getting more and more confident to overcome the fear, or we get more and more frustrated until the frustration overrides the fear, going, I don't care what's there, I need to know. Okay, and that overrides the fear, and then it comes out. But allow it the time to take what it takes. When I became aware of my abuse when I was 37, I kept getting nightmares and dreams and flashbacks, and I just thought they're dreams. And they went on and on and on, and I was in denial, and so they kept going on. And then eventually the thought occurred to me, is this possibly me? And then there was and then it's like, well, it must be a past life then. And then another block, because we're not wanting to look at these things. But eventually, and it took me about 5 months, and then I just thought, I need to know. So then all the information came. And then it was, right, okay, now I know what happened, but I don't know who. So then there was another block. And then what is the block? I was scared to find out who. What if it's my dad? What if it's my brother? What if it's, yeah? And that stayed there for about another 3 weeks until I got to the point where my frustration of not knowing was bigger than my fear. And then that smashed that door down, and I was able to see clearly who it was. And it wasn't any close family, and I was hugely relieved. It was a neighbor. And I'm like, oh, thank God for that. But I had to get to the point where I said, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't care who it is. I have to know. So that desire is stronger than your fear.
Do you think by you avoiding it and trying, you made it actually work yourself out even more worse than what actually the reality was?
Yeah, I think in a way that served me, because the worst reality for me would be that it was my father or brother or grandfather, and it wasn't. So I think I'd worked up into the worst scenario so that my subconscious could say, whoever it is not going to be as bad as you think it is. And so then that again takes away the fear. It's not necessarily the best way of doing it, because you're catastrophizing. You're allowing your fear to build up and up and up and up and up. When actually, if we could just look at that door of fear and come at it from a heart and say, surely it's better for me to know whatever it is. Surely it's there because I'm seeing this door, I'm seeing this block, because clearly I'm ready to see and acknowledge there's a block, which means I am ready. I'm ready now. So let's just dissolve the door.
I also think that we underestimate the power of giving the universe and our higher selves permission to help us.
I agree.
think we get so caught in what's going on right here, right now, that we forget that we can ask for help, and that help will come when we ask.
Yeah.
I always end up forgetting that. And I get to the point where I'm dropping to my knees before I'm at the point where I'm like, I'll do anything, just help me, you know? And then finally it's like everything unlocks and synchronicities and it's magical. It's such a magical experience when that finally happens.
The reason that there's that delay, all right, like today, it took me 7 hours to do a 10-minute task because my brain just didn't compute what I was meant to do. Okay. Yeah. And I asked for help repeatedly. And it wasn't happening. I was getting bits, you know, try this video, try that, you know, look here, look there. But when I, like you, got to the point where I'm like, oh God, please help me. Now, what's happening there? My passion is behind it. My power is behind it. My intention is behind it. I'm not asking half-heartedly. I am going, I need this information now. And then it happened.
You know what I just heard with both of you say? Whenever you asked for your higher power, the key part was there is that both of you agreed to do whatever it took. So, but before the higher power ever helped you, you've already acknowledged and agreed that you need to help yourself.
Yes.
You said, I'll do anything for this to happen. That means that you're willing to make it happen yourself. And you know how that's a famous saying that, you know, whatever your higher power is, God, whatever you want to call it, you know, he helps those that help themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, Abraham Hicks says, I follow her a lot, that, you know, when we're trying to manifest, it's, you know, we go through a process of manifesting and there are several steps to it. And asking is obviously one of them, but it's not just enough to ask. Our intention needs to be behind it. We need to feel passion behind it. We, you know, if we're half-hearted, yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, I'll have a bit of that, thanks. It's not going to happen. We have to come at it with that passion. And that's why when we're asking for help, it doesn't happen until we're on our knees. Well, we don't have to be on our knees. If we go into the first time we asked for help with the same passion that we did the 10th time we asked for help, it would have happened quicker. So let's put the passion in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
And froze for a minute, huh?
Another thing that you might have, Julie said that, you know, there was like a really key thing in there, and that's to understand that sometimes, you know, things just happen when they're supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, and I know other people can't do this because they have anxieties and worries about the future or the past, but like there's something inherent in me that always knows that it'll be fine. Like, don't worry, I'll have food when I'm hungry. I'll have drink when I'm thirsty. And for some reason, that's always happened. And part of it is knowing that I'll help myself if I have to, you know, like extra than just existing. I will do what it takes to help myself.
Well, that to me is when we end up, when we start to lose our trust and our faith in the universe and in our own power and in ourselves, then we try to control everything that happens in our lives to a fault, because we've lost that faith that things are working. We're working in tandem with things to make stuff happen. It's not just us doing it ourselves. It's just about learning how to open up to it and learn how to work with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just looking at some of the comments. I mean, it's completely spot on points that, you know, one of the things you said there about, you know, you need to know what you can and can't do. I know my limitations of how much I know and I can do. I know, for example, that I'm a basic level on Excel and I'm more advanced with Word. I know I struggle with some of those things. I know that my experience, my skills are limited. However, that's me as a Julie Poole brain. But in my subconscious is the universe, and the universe is the library of everything with all knowledge. And if I go into my subconscious with enough power and passion to say, pull me the Excel file that's the expert's guide, I will suddenly know what to do, or I'll be led to the right videos with the answers, which is what happened today. Yeah. So I kind of separate myself, if you like, that I know what I know, but what do you guys know, and help me bring that to me. And then it comes. So we are co-creating together.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not doing humble me, I'm thick, but it is saying, how much do I realistically know myself, and when do I need to step out to the universe and go, help me? Yeah. Because sometimes we think we know more than we do, but most of the time we think we know less than we do. Yeah. And it's kind of right. Know that we can
realize we don't know anything.
I'm gonna have to I'll be back. My dog, I'm going to put her in her crate. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No worries. Okay, darling. No worries. Shall we catch up with some comments? Are you live, Liz? Have you got your chat out to see what your comments are saying?
I do. I'm not live on my channel, but I have Raven Wolf's chat.
Okay.
Let's see here.
So I've got Litty asking, is it the same for wanting to connect to higher consciousness? Yeah, it is. It doesn't matter whether you're connecting to the universe, to God, to your angels, to your inner self, your unconscious, your higher self, your soul. It's all about intention and asking. Would you agree, guys?
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely agree. And when you believe in it, it's like that's the key to make your wishes come true. Like, I know it seems silly. I always think of Disney, the dreams that you wish will come true.
Yeah.
But when you actually have that passion and you truly, truly believe in it, you can really make anything happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Renaissance Woman's got a lovely point. She says, every morning I write to myself for the day. I think that's brilliant. Loads of the masters suggest that we start our day with gratitude, because that puts us in the attitude of gratitude, and that's going to allow more stuff to flow to us to be grateful for. So we start our day with gratitude, and then, write in a letter to yourself, even if you're doing it in your head. Dear Julie, what would you like today? Oh, I want the sun to shine. It's going to be a wonderful day. Everything's going to flow really beautifully. You're setting the intention for the day, and the law of attraction is going to bring you your intention.
That's
where you get up, you get up in the morning, stub your toe, and the day started off wrong. I got out of bed on the wrong side, and your whole day goes from bad to worse, because you've attracted the law of attraction to be bringing more things to be annoyed about and frustrated about and limited about. So it's a lovely idea to write to yourself every morning. Yeah, for the day. What do I want for day? It's a great idea.
Yeah, I like that.
Make plans, but don't have expectations.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about expectations last time, didn't we? And I was saying expectations are here and the actuality is usually here. And this gap in the middle is called disappointment.
Right.
Yeah. So, we can hope for the best. And I wouldn't say expect the worst, but, that we're trying to say, I want the best day I can possibly have. So we're not going to say it's going to be a fantastic day. It's going to be the best day that I can have. And then there's nowhere to
somewhere.
What's that?
Murphy, he's around the corner somewhere with his law. So I always expect things and prepare for things, and then when they happen, I never feel too disappointed, because you half-ass expected to deal with that scenario. And I try to never let the negative things are going to happen in life get you down from the positive part of it. That's like, even when I was like telling my kid, there is disappointment, but look, there's this though. There's an alternative that is good. So, you're making out on one end, and you got to remember that sometimes.
That's right. And it's brilliant, because, we've also got to teach our kids and ourselves how to deal with disappointment, because life isn't perfect, and we're not perfect. We're the best versions of ourselves that we can be in that moment in time, but we continue to evolve and grow into even better versions of ourselves, which means there's less and less to be disappointed about, but there will still be some disappointments. So when we go back to the point of tonight's chat, was all about the last 2 weeks has brought up for people emotions. Some of us have avoided people and withdrawn into ourselves, and that's okay. Other people have shut down and shut out and disappeared, and that's okay. Other people come forward and they want reassuring and they want holding and cuddling, and that's okay. Whatever your mechanism is, it's okay. But it's saying, look, all of this stuff that goes on, it's not about negative energy. There is only energy. It's us who discern. It's us who judge. Is it positive or negative? The universe will just say it's the energy vibration that matches you.
Yeah.
You know? So own it. You know? Own it.
Yeah.
It just is, Nizz. I knew you were about to say something, and I was like, "That's right. It just is, Nizz." If I didn't make you forget your point by doing that to you, I'm sorry.
No, actually, you did it, because now that we're talking about all of this, I was interpreting what was going on with me as negative energy. But the reality, like after we were talking about how we react to things or respond to things, I should actually be proud of myself, because my relationships around me were shaken up, but I was able to amazingly emotionally detach and see the whole situation for what it really was, and be able to see the whole truth of the matter. And I saw even where I made my mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's actually a good thing.
Yeah,
it is.
It was maybe bad, but no, okay, this is good.
What I'd like to do is change the terminology of what we call negative emotions.
Yeah.
Let's call it something else. Let's just say these are the emotions that are, our shadow side. They are trying to come up. What do we want to call them rather than negative emotions? They're teaching emotions. They're trying to be released. They're little bottles of pop trying to get out and go fizz into the universe rather than inside us. Yeah. You know, they're not negative, even if it's fear or trauma or shame or blame. These are not negative emotions. Each emotion was created in the moment of that event. And that at the time was the appropriate emotion for that event. So the event has passed and left the emotion in its place. And emotions don't have a sell-by date. They'll sit there like a little bottle of pop, fizzing away. And because they are negative emotions, which I don't want to use, but they one a lot makes us feel good and one lot makes us feel bad. That's how simple it is to discern whether they're positive or negative. But let's just say, look, these were experiences. The events passed, left the emotion in its place. The full moon comes along trying to bring up all those little bottles of pop to go out. And while they're coming out, it can feel uncomfortable. I mean, most of my clients are crying or when they're releasing their bottles of pop. It's minutes. Well, it's not even minutes. It's usually seconds, and it's gone. Yeah, wow. I make people cry for a living. It's fine, and they will always go, "I'm really sorry," and I'm like, "Don't be sorry. Here's the tissues. Carry on. Just blow your nose, cry it out." Let it go.
Let it out.
And once it's gone, every single person, and I don't know how many I've worked with now, 2,500, 3,000. It's a lot of people, and they all say the same thing. I feel so much lighter. I feel calmer. I feel more in control. Yeah, because when we've got all those emotions in us, we're not in control. The emotions are controlling us. But most of the time, we put a lid on it quite nicely till the full moon comes along, or somebody comes along and gives it a good poke, and then it goes. What was that?
So you just made me have a thought. Is it possible to bottle up the positive side of stuff? And people bottle up negative. I can't just save all my good vibes for just like one night and have a big, like you said, the soda.
No, we can't. And it's why do we only bottle up the negative ones? Because we've been taught to do that, right? It's not a natural state of being. If we go back to a 2-year-old, who will feel every emotion in the moment to an extreme, level, right? But they feel everything, good, bad, and indifferent. And what happens is the event happens, they have an emotional response, it's generated in the belly, and then it comes up through the heart and out through the mouth. Right, or the eyes, but it comes up and out, and it comes out through the body, and they will just express. 2-year-olds don't hold grudges. They don't repress, suppress, and deny. They just feel what they feel because there's no judgment. That's who we truly are. There is no judgment. We just are, right? We don't say, is this good? Is this bad? Is this okay? Is this not okay? We just are. And then the parents come along and say, that's allowed, that's not. That's allowed, that's not. We teach our children judgment. By the time we're 5, we've already got a handle on this. Right, that we're not allowed to throw ourselves on the floor in the middle of the supermarket and have a tantrum, that we're not allowed to go hitting our brother or sister or mum or dad because we're angry. We're not allowed to do these things. So the ones that are not allowed, they still get generated, but they've got nowhere to go because they've been told they're not allowed to come up and out. So the good ones still keep doing what they do. But the bad ones, they still come up to the chest, the heart, which is where we then judge. Ooh, that one feels bad. I'm not allowed bad ones. Ooh, push it back down.
Yeah.
So it goes back down. So all the good ones are coming up and out. So the belly, I imagine it as a ball, like a balloon, right? That these bad ones go into the balloon and the balloon gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's ready to go. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's what I would call then depression, anxiety, a breakdown, right? Because it's just gone bang. Right. What we want is to empty the balloon by nice and gently. Let it out. Yeah. Okay. Letting it out safely. And the balloon goes.
Not me. I'll be one of those ones that whistles.
I like that. I was going to say something about that too. It's funny. Okay.
Right
so
now.
I know that there's another problem that other people in the community have related to me about. So I thought maybe I would ask you during this stream, is that there are people who are like the people pleasers. It's that fear of rejection, I think.
Yes.
Where like I tend to over apologize for things. Because of, or if I feel like I've done anything to mess up something between me and someone else, I feel like I've ruined that relationship and they're never going to want to talk to me again.
That's true. That's true. You have like 6 apologies you've given me that are like stacked up. So like you can do like 6 bad things. You've already given me the apology.
You got credit.
You got it covered.
You got it covered. Yeah, no, stuff like that, over apologizing, being people pleasers, saying yes when you really don't want to do something, you should be saying no. It's all fear of rejection. It's fear of judgment. It's fear of not being liked. It's fear of all sorts of different things. And it can all be unpicked. It's also a belief system that usually comes in from parents, not always, but if it's triggered by you being rejected before, we can be overcompensating by being people pleasers so we don't get rejected again. Again, we're in avoidance, and that doesn't serve us. What we want to do is go back to the original rejection and heal it and clear it. Right? Yeah. But we overcompensate for stuff that we're still holding. But very often as well, these beliefs come in from parents who are saying, well, nice people are helpful and supportive and kind, and they do favors, and you should help. And that's God-fearing, and that's Christian, and that's spiritual, right? And I have loads of this from spiritual people saying to me, I got really angry and upset, and that's not good because I'm spiritual. What? You're human.
I was going
to say. And we're judging our own judgment. We judge the judgment. Yeah. And we are negative about the negativity. We're just growing it. What do you get if you put negativity and negativity together, anger and anger together? We just get more of it. Yeah. The way to neutralize it is bring in the opposite. Yeah. So if I'm feeling rejection, I want to bring in acceptance and belonging. That's the opposite, and that'll neutralize it. Yeah. But the answer isn't being a people pleaser and saying yes when you want to say no. This is where your emotions do serve you, because your feelings, which are your emotions, will tell you whether you want to do this or not and whether you should be doing it or not. Because if you want to do somebody a favor, it feels good. Yeah. And you you feel that you want to do this. You feel you're being of service and you're excited about it.
There's no pressure to do anything. It comes from your heart.
It's coming from your heart, spot on. It really is. It's when we want to do something, it feels good. It feels right. It's coming from our soul, our heart, our inner being. We just follow that instinct to say, I want to do this because it feels right. So when it feels wrong, when it feels bad, when it feels, oh, well, yeah, I guess I can do that for you. Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to do something else, but I guess I'll do that. Right. Now I'll go and do it. Right. I am banging with resentment. I'm touching, I'm dying. I don't want to be there. And do you think this person's not going to pick that up? Do you think they're not going to notice that you don't want to do this, that you're doing it out of duty, out of a sense of you won't like me if I say no, or you'll reject me, or you'll be cross with me? Just say no. Just say, actually, I've got other plans. I can do that for you next week. Or actually, I'm not doing that for you at all. It's not feel right for me. You'll have to get somebody else. Sorry. Right. What's wrong with speaking your truth? Yeah. Say no. And don't apologize if you haven't done anything.
Exactly, for sure. Yeah.
What I told Nizz this before, that it's okay sometimes to, tell people that you need some time for yourself, that it's okay for you to take that for yourself, to do self-care. And if some people won't understand that, that is not your business. That's their business. They have to do it, not yours.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. So should we do a bit of a meditation then to clear any energy? I mean, Ransom, you probably go and have a cup of tea at this point because you're all right, mate.
I really don't need it.
I meditate every day, though.
I know. But this is a specific meditation for clearing negative energy from ourselves and our home. Okay, so I'm recording this, and what I'll do is I'll cut this clip out so that people can just have that meditation. If you're having a bad day, you listen to this and it will get you back out of it. Okay.
Great.
All right, let's get comfy. Okay, guys, you ready? Well, everybody that's watching, so I want you to just take a few deep breaths. And with every breath that you take, just begin to allow yourself to unwind, to relax, and to let go. Let go of any thoughts of your day, of your week, of your world. Just bring all your attention into the here and now, into this time and this space, just for you. I want you to bring your attention into your breathing and just focus on your breathing. With every breath that you take, breathe deeper into yourself.
Are we really?
And into your heart. And into yourself. I want you now to connect with your soul. Source energy within you. Just by your intention, your thought is simply enough. And visualize your soul energy as a light within you. And having connected with yourself, you can now allow yourself to connect with your subconscious, your body, your mind, your energy field around you, every part of who you are, bringing it all together in one, a oneness within you. And let's draw down your higher self into this connection. Your higher self is a beautiful energy about 18 inches above your head, the connection between you and the universe, the connection between you and every life you've ever lived, and everything within the universe. And we are connecting within that as well. And you can imagine your own energy expanding out now. And we want it to be 2 or 3 feet above your head, encompassing your higher self and your energy field all around you. And we're going to go down about 2 feet below your feet. We're going to visualize your feet now, and I want you to imagine from your toe to your heel on the sole of your feet an invisible zip that you're going to open now. And out of that open zip are going to start to spread down your roots, spreading down into Mother Earth, whose permission we have to do this. And you're going to allow your roots to go deeper and deeper, as deep as you want them to go, and feel them spreading out as well, going out and down. And as they travel, connecting with the earth and the layers of the earth and the depth and the power and the love of the earth. And then when you feel they've gone as deep as you want them to go, I want you to find an object there just right for you to wrap your roots around and connect to ground to anchor to. That may be the roots of an old tree. It may be the roots of many trees in a forest. It may be an enormous crystal or pyramid or a rock. Whatever you feel is there for you. Imagine your roots wrapping right around it now, grounding you strongly, powerfully. And as you do, you connect with that object that you imagine in your visualization, because whatever you see is right for you right now. And another time you do this, you may see a different object, and that's all right. So whatever you imagine now is right for you. And as you connect to it, I want you to feel that energy of the thing you've connected to. And you're going to allow your energy from your roots to merge with its energy. And you're going to draw that energy into your own roots, and you'll feel a tingle, an extra surge of energy coming up now, coming up and into your own roots. You're going to draw it up, drawing it up through your roots and into your feet, and coming up through your legs and coming up into your base chakra, the root chakra. And you're feeling yourself now really grounded, really anchored, really strong and powerful and safe and secure. You are now connected and grounded. You are connected below and within. We're now going to connect up. So through your higher self now, I want you to feel an energy force going up with the power of your thoughts, going up to the universe, to source, to the universe, connecting up to everything now within the universe that feels right for you. So I connect to source, to God, Mother, Father, God, Creator. I connect out to the universe and the planets, the multiverses. I connect out to the angels, whatever you want to connect to that feels right for you. And feel the power of that connection now, drawing down like a funnel, coming down through your higher self into your crown, coming down through your third eye and down through your throat and into your heart. And let it go down, all the way down now to your base chakra, connecting and merging with the power of the earth. And you're connected above and below and within, and you are the light. And you are the power. Now we set the intention of what we want. We want to cleanse and clear and balance our energy and everything around us. So I want you to just set that thought out now to the universe for a cleansing, clearing, healing, powerful energy to come down through that funnel down. And we're going to feel it coming down now and over your head, first of all, not through, over. And it's going to come down and over your energy field. And it's going to soak in. I want you to visualize this as a color. Whatever color you imagine it to be, it's a healing, cleansing, clearing, powerful color. It has come from the universe just for you, to help you. It is filled with love and light and strength. And it feels lovely. Let it soak into your energy field now. And any darkness within your energy field is negative energy. And that light is going to simply absorb it, transmute it, transform it, neutralize it, and feeling it all the way through your energy field as far as your skin, the outer layer of your physical body. And for some of you, I'm seeing the dark energy within your energy field soaking downwards to the earth, and the earth taking it. But it is leaving your energy field, and you'll feel your energy field just lighten and brighten as if somebody's just turned the sun up. And that feels good. You'll feel yourself being able to stand a little taller as well. So we've cleared the energy around you. We're now going to bring it into you to clear the energy inside you. So I want you to allow it to come into you in any way it wants to. You can breathe it in. You can allow your skin, the biggest organ in your body, to absorb the light through the pores of your skin, through the shafts of your hair, and through all 7 of your chakras, coming in through the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral, the base root chakra, coming in, soaking into you. And underneath you, it's soaking into your roots and coming up via your roots. It's coming into you any way it can find to get into you. And it's starting to wash through you. Now, if there's a lot of negativity there, it'll be too much for it to neutralize it inside your body. So instead, it will act like a magnet and draw it out. Draw it out of your body into your energy field, and that'll get darker, and then that will soak down and into the earth. However you want to do it now. Feeling all, because you are setting that intention. I am releasing. I am letting go of all energy that is not love. I'm letting go of fear, frustration, all negative energy. Everything that doesn't make me feel good can go now, can just be neutralized, transmuted, transformed, let go. Until every part of your body, allowing it to soak into the cells and the space between cells. Feel it soak into your organs, clearing out, flushing out, cleansing out your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidneys, every part of you being cleansed and cleared. All right. Now, this may take longer for some of you and shorter for others of you, and that's all right. We're just going to sit within that light for a moment, and those of you that have finished doing you in your energy field, we're going to move on to the room that you're in. Please be aware that what you feel is an energy field coming off you and soaks into everything around you, the chair you're sat on, the curtains, the floor, the bed you sleep in. So we're now going to expand that light out into the room around you. This is the cleansing, healing light. We're going to push it out into the 4 corners of the room that you're in. We're going to push it down to the floor and up to the ceiling. We're going to allow it to absorb and neutralize every single bit of negative energy in the room, out of your couch, out of your chairs, out of your cupboards and drawers, soaking it out and neutralizing it. I want you to imagine this now as a light that's beginning to push through the room and out through the bricks of the walls, out and up through the ceiling, and up and out. If you have an attic above you, it's going to go out and through the attic and out through the roof tiles. We're going to take it down into the foundations, in the foundations under the floor you're in, and we're going to push it down and out through the foundations all the way to the earth. And then we're going to move that light into the room next to you. And we're going to move it through every single room. And when we go into the kitchen, we're going to imagine every cupboard opening and the light moving into every cupboard, going down the plug hole. We're all the way down the drains, clearing everything out. We're going to take it into the bathroom. We're going to take it down the toilet basin, down the bath plug hole, the sink plug hole. We're going to take it into everything and out. We are cleansing and clearing every room. We're going to go into the bedrooms. We're going to open the wardrobe doors. We're going to see that light flushing through and out everything. And in every room that you're going, you're pushing it up and you're pushing it out, outside of your space. Now, if you have neighbors adjoining you, above you or below you, if you're in flats, you cannot go into their space. So you're going to push it out through the window, out through the bricks. You are not allowed to go into anybody else's space, but you are allowed to do all of your space. If you have people live with you who are adults, you are not allowed to go into their bedroom. You'll find the light will stop at their bedroom because that is their space, not yours. But you will be able to do all of the shared spaces and all of your own spaces. And if you live in a house where you have an outside, you can push it out into your garden, your yard, going into your garage, your sheds, going into your driveway, into your car, flush it through the car, cleanse your car. Everywhere you have been, you are cleansing and clearing. And you can go as far as your boundary wall, your boundary fence. You cannot go into a neighbor's garden, but you can go into shared space. So you can do the pavement outside, you can do the road outside. Anywhere that is shared space, you can do that too. And when you have done that and everything within your space feels done, you simply intend for a blessing to be placed on your home and your space, and that space to be filled with blessings and love and protection and light. And you can imagine a dome of light being placed over your property to protect it from further energy coming in. You are setting the intention that your home is protected of all negative energy. See that dome across your front door and back door. Anybody that comes into your home with negative energy, the negative energy will be left at the door. It cannot come into your space. And then if you want to, we can take it further. We can take it across your town. So I want you to bring the light up from your roof, up about a mile up. And imagine that now, going out 360 degrees out across the space, the town that you live in, with the intention of healing, clearing, lifting, supporting, helping, where you are allowed to send this light. Feel it soaking into the earth, in the parks, in the trees, and you are healing Mother Earth as well. And you can expand it out further to your county, to your state. Expand it out further to your country. And now expand it out further across the entire globe. We are giving healing to the planet, to the people of the planet. We are bringing love and balance and harmony. We are at peace. We are protected. We are safe. And when you have finished, you will thank the universe and your inner being and inner self for all of the help. We're going to feel now the connection, that light from coming down from above, beginning to turn itself off. You have received everything you need for you, your home, your being. You have given that light and shared it lovingly, willingly, wherever you can. You have received a blessing and protection for you, your home. You are at one with peace and harmony. You can now draw back up your roots from the earth with thanks to the earth and the object that you are grounded to, bringing your roots back up to you and doing back up the zips on the soles of your feet. You are bringing that connection from your higher self into yourself and thanking every part of your being. And when you're ready, you can bring your attention back to the room. And open your eyes whenever you're ready. All right, people, how was that?
Wonderful.
Oh, wow.
I feel a little lightheaded, actually.
Okay, just feel grounded, feel your feet, feel your body in your body. Just say to yourself, I am grounded. Okay, That's the exercise that I do. I used to do it once a week. I don't do that anymore. I do it when I need to do it. All right. So I did it on Monday because I felt negative and heavy and vulnerable, and that immediately lifted. I do it when I've had visitors to stay if they're not in a good place. Okay. And I make sure that my home is protected because I have clients come in with their baggage and I don't want them leaving it here. I'm bringing it out of them. I don't want it in my room. I want it out of my house. Okay. So I always visualize cleansing my home, cleansing me, and protecting my home, because prevention is better than cure. But even when we protect, we still need to be cleansing. So how do you feel now? What's the difference? What are you feeling? Let's have some. Right, Helen Harris is saying, wow, I opened my eyes, looked around, everything feels new, vibrant, happy, and lovely. Okay.
I feel magical. I really do. That whole time, my forehead, even my nose was tingling, and I was thinking, like, don't itch yourself. And I was trying not to focus on it. But wow, I mean, I even when releasing or feeling that, I felt like I was going to cry at times because I really felt that love absorb into my cells and everything.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Anyways,
good.
Yeah, I feel
what
really
about
good.
you, Anna?
Yeah, I feel great. I was feeling a little bit of a tingling on this side of my head, and my nose kept tingling. I kept touching it because I couldn't handle it. But I feel good. I feel it felt good to spread the positiveness and good intention to the world, not only to ourselves or to our home, but I don't know, it felt really good in my heart just being able to do that, to put some good intent.
Yeah, it's nice when we can do that, isn't it? You know, when we've created, see, we've done the work with the universe. We've co-created this beautiful energy of cleansing and healing and light. Well, once we're done, the home's done, well, let's not waste it. Let's give it to our town, our neighbors. Let's share it, you know, and it's already there. And it only takes another minute to intend sending it out and sharing it, rather than just going, thanks very much, I'm done. You know, never mind anybody else. It's nice to be able to do that. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just do me and turn it off because I'm busy. You know? But when I can, to send it out as well. Let's have a look at some of the comments I've got. So Maris is saying that was needed. Thank you. Powerful. Renaissance woman was saying it was powerful. Peaceful. Helen says little more peace. Thank you. Bella is saying. Helen saying tears came into my eyes, felt free. Good. Okay. Lit T says I'm dying here. What's the matter with my petal? Okay. That means she's feeling it. All right. Judith Nolan saying I'm going to do this often. All right. Lit T, are you all right? Renaissance woman wants to know. Yeah, I'm asking the same thing. All right. Let us know if you're all right, sweetheart. Hi, Natalie.
Deborah
so
said I felt. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
No, she said I felt like there was tremors here. Amazing. Deborah said that.
Yep. I was feeling that too. As the negative energy was clearing out, I even felt my body, like, I don't know, going back and forth as I was feeling them, like, literally it felt like they were being pulled out of me. It was But you know what? Okay, this is something I wanted to talk to you about too, Julie, is there's just something so powerful about giving love out to the universe or to the planet. And that's when I feel the most, like, the best sensation ever is when I imagine the whole planet or the whole universe receiving the love that I give.
Yeah.
What is that exactly? I mean, it feels like it feels better to do that than to just receive love to myself.
Yeah. Well, we know that it feels more powerful to give than to receive. So when we give, because the law of attraction is in action, we will automatically receive anyway. Okay. But I always start with me, because my feeling and my instinct and my common sense actually says that if I'm full of negativity, I'm not going to do a very good job of healing the world. So let's get me in a good place first, and then what I'm sending is very pure and very strong. Yeah. So I kind of am taking responsibility. It's the same as a therapist. I can't heal other people if I'm upset or if I'm ill or if I'm tired. I need to do me first. All right. This is where, you know, the love starts within. So yes, we want to give, but we need to give to ourselves first. Then, so we want to receive what we need. Then we're in a good place to be able to give. And as we give, we're not giving with the intention of receiving. We're giving with the intention of giving. But then the law of attraction will give us more. So it just is a cumulative, beautiful energy that goes on.
I'm so in love with the universe.
And me. And we've also, of course, the more we're getting into this beautiful energy of love and peace, the more we're aligning with that, the less negativity is going to come to us anyway.
Yes.
That makes absolute sense.
So not only have we cleared ourselves out, but we're, you know, even the intention of saying I'm protected from any negative energy, that's not even really needed, because as we align with peace and harmony, we immediately reject and repulse negative energy from us because it's not on the same vibration. And like attracts like. Yeah.
That's that law of transmutation, right? If you're on that higher vibration, then the lower vibrations are automatically switched over.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you to Kelly Page, because it looks as if while I was doing that, there was a troll, and I've only got a few moderators on my channel, and Kelly's one of them, and she's dealt with it all while I was doing that. Oh, wow. So I'm seeing deleted messages, and all sorts of stuff. So thank you, Kelly.
That's kind of like we were talking about just now, you know, when you're sending this positive vibrations and some negative is not gonna like it, so yeah, it's okay.
Oh, that's all right, that's okay. You know what it does is it's transmuted anyway, it's transformed. The way I think about light, darkness and negativity is, imagine, and I got this from I used to follow quite a few channelers, and there was one in particular who channeled an energy called Lazarus years ago now. It's probably still on YouTube somewhere or whatever. But anyway, Lazarus says, imagine a box, a cupboard, okay? With you open the cupboard door, it's dark, right? It's dark. But if you shine a light in there, the light will fill that box. The light will fill the darkness, right? Well, the light is positivity. The darkness is fear. So as you shine the love into the fear, you know, you can't, the light lights up the box. The light will always transmute fear. It will always win. There isn't a battle. There is no such thing as a battle. You put light into the darkness and darkness goes. And that's the way it is. So, you know, we think the same thing about fear and love. When we put love into fear, it immediately goes. It's not about, well, I've pushed it away from me, so it's going to be annoyed with me now. It's not there. It's gone. There's nothing to be annoyed with you. The negativity we've just transmuted is gone. You know, so a lot of people you'll see, particularly on YouTube and some of the channels, they love to get into the fear thing about negative energy and negative entities, and they're all going to get you. Yeah. That is just fear mongering, and it actually creates a vibration aligning you with fear and attack and things coming to you. You know, we don't want that. So what we've transmuted is gone. We're in love. There's love all around us, and you know, love is all around you. It's everywhere I go. It's in my fingers and toes and all that stuff. All right. So I hope that's helped. We've done an hour and a half. Have we? 7:45? Yeah, we've done an hour and a half. Apologies to everybody, including Anna and Nizz and Ransom, for me being late. And for you guys, I messed up the live stream. I've advertised the live stream that lasted literally 3 minutes and closed. And people then had to try and find their way to the new live stream without a link. And I'm really sorry for those of you who missed it. I've learned a lot about how to make this work. I do know how to live stream on my own. It's this kind of doing it like this. It's a little bit more complicated. But to my knowledge, we're the only people doing this that are actually live streaming to simultaneous channels at the same time. You'll see lots of people on YouTube who use Zoom, but only one person, the person whose Zoom channel is going to their channel. The rest of them are recording it to be able to upload to their channel, which means that we can only have one lot of chats. Whereas when we're doing this simultaneous, you know, there's my people on my channel talking to me and asking questions. We've got Anna's talking to her and asking questions. You know, all four of us could be live at the same time and having a real community going on. And it's lovely because it increases the power and the strength. It's beautiful.
Yes.
So
I love it.
I do want to say that Ransom had to go, so he want to apologize. But yeah,
no problem. All right. So somebody, I can't remember who it was, somebody said, could we do another one on dreams where we all discuss dreams and what they mean? So perhaps we can sort that out for next time.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Okay.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Nizz. And thank you,
Thank you to everybody for joining us. Okay.
Yes, thank you, everyone. You
Bye.
guys have a good weekend on Saturday.
Yes, and thank you, you guys. This was so needed. I had a lot of reality checks that made me realize that everything that's happened is a lot better than I thought. So
Well done.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We're on
you're
this
very
together.
welcome.
I love you all.
Okay.